Nice resume. Thank you, Jack said. He was proudest of Gerard, a boarding high school established by the trust of Stephen Gerard for fatherless boys. Gerard was a Philadelphia institution. He could never have made it to Yale or any other university otherwise. Where are you from? North Philly, Torresdale. Your people still up there? No. My father died a long time ago, and my mother passed away last year from lung cancer. I know how that goes. I lost my mother 2 years ago. It's no picnic. I'm sorry, Jack said. No picnic. It was such a rich understatement. His mouth felt bitter. His mother gone. His father so long ago. Now honor. He cleared his throat. Maybe we should move on. Sure. Kovich nodded quickly. Sure, you're a lawyer at the Tribe law firm. Pretty big outfit, right? I read some about them in the paper. How much they bring in a year. They're printing money. Don't believe everything you read. Reporters have to sell newspapers. Tell me about it. Kovich laughed, a harsh guttural noise that burst from his throat. He turned to the other detective, still standing against the wall. Right, Mick? He asked. The detective, who had introduced himself as Reginald Brinkley, not Mick, only nodded in response, and the pursing of his lips told Jack he didn't welcome the attention. Brinkley, also middle-aged, wore a well-tailored brown sport coat with a maroon silk tie, still tight despite the late hour, and affixed to his white shirt with a gold-toned tie-bar. His gaze chilled the room, and the up-tilt to his chin was distinctly resentful. Jack didn't know what he'd done to provoke the detective, and only hoped it worked against him. So, Mr. Newlin, Kovich was saying. Hey, can I call you Jack? Of course. You got any other family, Jack? Kids? One. Oh, yeah? Kovich's tone brightened. What flavor? A girl. A daughter. How old? 16. I got a 16-year-old. Kovich grinned, showing his bad teeth. It's a trip, ain't it, teenagers? You got just the one? Yes. Me, I got a 13-year-old, too. Also a girl. House full of blow-dryers. My wife says that when they're not in the bathroom, they're in the chat rooms. Yours like that on the computer? Jack cleared his throat again. I don't mean to be impolite, but is there a reason for this small talk? He didn't want to go there, and it seemed like something a murderer would say. Well, next-to-kin notification is our job. Standard procedure, Jack. He tensed up. He should have thought of that. The police would be the ones to tell Paige. My daughter lives on her own. I'd hate for her to hear this kind of news from the police. Can't I tell her myself? 16? She's on her own already? She's legally emancipated, with a promising career. Legally emancipated? What's that? My wife and I filed papers. I drafted them myself, essentially saying that she's legally an adult. She lives on her own and earns her own money. She's a model, and in any event, I really would prefer to be the one to tell her about her mother. He paused. I could call her after we talk. I mean, I do want to make a full confession right now. Kovich's lips parted slightly, and behind him, Brinkley's eyes narrowed. Jack's mouth went dry at their reaction. Maybe he'd gone too fast. I mean, I feel awful, just awful. A horrible thing happened tonight. I can't believe what I've done. I want to get it off my chest. Kovich nodded encouragingly. You mean you want to make a statement? Yes, a statement, that's right. Jack's voice sounded authentically shaky, even to him. Okay, good. Bear with me. Kovich turned toward the table, his chair creaking, and picked up a form thick with old-fashioned carbons. He crammed it behind the typewriter roll, fighting a buckle in the paper. The detective wasn't overly dexterous, his hands more suited to wrestling fullbacks than forms. Jack, I have to inform you of your Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. I know my rights. Still, I gotta tell you, it's the law. Kovich finished a quick recitation of the Miranda warning.